Good morning. It's a rainy morning, so I wanted to read you guys Raining Cats, Dogs, and Other Animals. I did it. I really did it, I sang out. I made it rain. About that, said Dad. I know you helped with the rain stick and Aunt Dee helped with the rain dance, but I wrote the rain song and it was my rain cloud experiment with the fan and ice cubes that really did it. Isn't the rain glorious? So this is about a child named Charlie, and Charlie has decided to help try to make it rain by using all sorts of different ideas, a rain dance and a rain stick and ice cubes. And now it's raining. Well, if you are a garden of wild oats, watermelon seeds, and apple pits struggling to grow in a parched ground, rain is glorious. But if you are a town full of people in the middle of an outdoor festival, rain is not so glorious. You are always ruining everything, cried Ethan Jordan, a boy in my class who is also my number one enemy. Now, whose point of view is this book being told from? It's saying I and my. So the author is also the storyteller. And so the author's purpose in this book is to tell a story about something that happened to him. And it may not be factual, it's probably fictional, but it could be based on some facts. His wet New York Yankees t-shirt clung to his chest so tightly it looked like he had pinstriped skin. Then a mob of sopping wet fourth graders yelled out, Charlie did it! Charlie did it! Get her! Hold on now, kids, said Dad. Charlie didn't make it rain. Her Aunt Delilah had some of her pilot friends do a cloud seeding experiment with some special chemicals. They made it rain. Isn't that right, Dee? Aunt Dee looked at me, my rain hat dripping, my spirits dampened. I tried to tell you before that I wasn't able to get my friends to come through. But if they didn't make it rain, then, I started, I really did it. I made it rain on everyone's parade. I looked at Ethan and the other kids. Now, they looked like they really wanted to throttle me. Before they got the chance, I grabbed Murray, my big old chocolate lab, and took off. See you at home, Dad. I took a shortcut through the hole in the fence behind Mr. Magruder's yard, just to make sure Ethan and the other kids didn't follow me. I made it home just as the rain let up. I couldn't keep the grin off my face. That was quite a storm we just had, said Aunt Tessie as I banged through the door. Her friends from the Scrabble Society were coming over that evening for a tournament. Gaddie's apartment wasn't big enough for a tournament night, so Dad let her use our house. Folding tables and chairs filled the living room. Little glass bowls with little balls of hard candies and flavors like toffee and butter rum that don't taste good until you're at least 60 years old sat on the side tables. It was raining cats and dogs, she added. That's my family for you, always saying these sayings that I don't always understand. Gaddie explained that raining cats and dogs meant a really hard rain. She said that back in the old days, cats and dogs would sleep on rooftops. When a really hard rain would come, they'd all jump down from the roofs, so it seemed like it was raining cats and dogs. Gaddie also said that I looked like something the cat dragged in and made me bathe and put on clean clothes. When I came downstairs afterwards, Gaddie had on her coat. I'm going to the bakery across town to get some pastries for the party. I'll be back in an hour. Try to keep yourself from looking like something the cat dragged in again. First off, we don't have a cat. Secondly, I don't know why you would let the cat drag you inside. The third thing is, now I really wanted to find out what something a cat dragged in really looked like. It was time for another experiment. I opened all the doors and windows. But how could I get the cats inside? I cried. Here, kitty, kitty. But no cats came. Then I remembered that cats like to play with string. I scattered some balls of yarn Gaddie was using to make a sweater that hadn't even gotten its first sleeve yet. Then I placed saucers of milk in the corners of the rooms. Oh, this doesn't sound good, does it? I made trails to the milk with pieces of cheese and Murray's food. Since Murray was sleeping on the sofa, which he only did when adults were out, I figured he wouldn't mind using his food for an experiment. Then I tried again. Now remember, Murray's her dog. Here, kitty, kitty, I called out. Come inside. I have toys and snacks for you. Nothing. Maybe all the cats were sleeping. Maybe I needed to put up a sign. Cat party. But no, cats can't read. Maybe I needed to go where cats hang out and invite them personally. I was about to hop on my bike and head over to the garbage cans behind the restaurant on Main Street when a little gray cat with white paws leaped onto the kitchen windowsill. Meow, it purred. It seemed like she was saying hello. Meow, I said back. I hoped she understood what I meant. Welcome, little kitty. She did. It came in slowly. She nibbled a piece of cheese. Then I picked up the ball of yarn and dangled the end above her. She tried to grab it and I pulled it away. She tried again and again. Up, down, up, down. We played at this game for a long time that I almost forgot what I was doing and about my experiment. That's when I realized the kitty hadn't dragged anything in with her. I wondered how I would get her to come back in and drag something in. Then the kitty yowled and hissed. I looked around the room. Cats. They appeared from everywhere. Okay, time to find out what cats drag in. I had no idea how to say that in Persian, which is the name I made up for cat language. The little kitty ran off. I looked around the room. When I saw him, a giant tiger-striped tomcat was in. The little kitty tried to dive past him out of the window, but he took his paws and swatted her back inside. The little kitty let out a sound that would have made a tiger proud. The tomcat dove at her like a jaguar, and they ran around the room in circles. The little kitty leapt straight up to the ceiling. Now, if she had stayed up there, they might have avoided what happened next. But that crazy cat landed right on my sleeping Murray's head. The dog woke up and growled, the cats yowled, and I hollered, stop. Now, upended tables and floors were littered with hard candies that nobody eats anyway. That wouldn't have been a terrible result for a science experiment gone haywire, but during the cat and dog chase, a bunch of squirrels and a family of freeloading raccoons chowed down on the trails of Murray's food. Murray, doing his duty as a watchdog, stopped chasing the cats and went after the squirrels and the raccoons. What a mess they made. No wonder they are considered wild animals. Fortunately, well, maybe not fortunately, another uninvited guest arrived at the party, a skunk. The skunk let loose a spray of skunk juice that set off another round of yowling, growling, and howling, plus some screeching and shrieking. The cats and dogs and squirrels and raccoons and skunks, and who knows what other wildlife thankfully took chase outside. I know I should have left a note for Dad and Gaddy saying where I was going, but I didn't have time. Besides, I had no idea where I was going. I hopped on my bike and chased after the chase. So let's make a prediction. Where do you think the chase will end? What do you think is going to happen next? That is literally the end of the story, and this is where you would make a prediction and finish the story yourself. So if you'd like to, you can finish the story for me on Flipgrid and let me know what you think.